We, Jesli Musari from Northeast Hill University,
and Ankit Prajapati from Gujarat University, we
we
welcome you
welcome you
all.
all.
Honorable dignitaries on the dais, esteemed guests, respected colleagues, NEHU delegation, and audience. A very good morning to all. It is both an honor and a privilege to welcome such an illustrious gathering to this transformative workshop on sustainable innovation in natural farming and agribusiness, bridging cultures and practices. We request all the dignitaries to stand and all the students to join us for the university song.
वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन गुजरात यूनिवर्सिटी आपणी गुजरात यूनिवर्सिटी आपणी विद्या तणु तपोवन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन राष्ट्र चेतना कला साधना खेल भावना विकती विश्व मानवी बनी गुजराती विश्व सकल माविल से स्नेह संप साकारनी साथे देती तू सन्मति सौना साथ ने संगाथे सौ सिद्ध करे उन्नति प्रेम बंधुता समानताना पल पल प्रसरे स्पंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन
Thank you all. Each flame we light today represents our collective commitment to growth, unity, and illumination of minds and hearts. Tamsur Ma Jyotirgamaya. Lead me from darkness to light. With this thought in my mind, it is our honor to invite our esteemed dignitaries to come forward and grace the lamp lighting ceremony.
श्रीगणेशाय नमः विघ्नेश्वराय वरदाय सुप्रियाय लंबोदराय सकलाय जगद्दिताय नागाननाय श्रोत्रियज्ञसुहिताय गौरीसुताय गणनाथ नमो नमस्ते शुभं करोति कल्याणं आरोग्यं धन संपदा शत्रुबुद्धि विनाशाय दीपज्योति नमोस्तुते अखंड मंडलाकारं व्याप्तं येन सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः शुक्लांबरधनं देवं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्याये सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये धन्यवाद.
Thank you, respected dignitaries and Badri Vishal. Today, we stand at a critical juncture in time where the need for sustainable solutions is not just an option, but a necessity. Agriculture, the backbone of our existence, demands innovative strategies that harmonize with nature, preserve culture, wisdom, and embrace modern advancement. This workshop is a monumental step towards addressing these pressing challenges. It is with great pride that I extend a warm welcome to Honorable Dr. Nirja Gupta ji, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Gujarat University. I request Dr. B.S. Agrawal ji to welcome Honorable Vice Chancellor, Madam. We are equally privileged to have Shri Svetal Sutaria ji. I request Dr. R.C. Upadhyay sir to felicitate Svetal Sutaria ji. Now I request Honorable Vice Chancellor, Madam, to felicitate Professor B.K. Mishra, sir. To welcome Professor Deepak Bhagat ji, I request Dr. B.S. Agrawal, sir, to come. Now I request Shri Sudhanshu Jangir sir ji to welcome Dr. B.S. Agrawal, sir. Now I request Shri Sudhanshu Jangir ji. Welcome. Most welcome, sir. I requested Professor C.N. Pandey, IIT Gandhinagar. I request Sudhanshu Jangir ji to welcome Professor C.N. Pandey, IIT Gandhinagar. Now, I request Professor B.K. Mishra ji to felicitate our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Madam Dr. Nirja Gupta ji. This is from Northeast Hill University. Now I request Professor B.K. Mishra ji to felicitate Professor C.N. Pandey sir.
Now, I would like to request Professor Deepak Bhagat to felicitate Dr. B.S. Agarwal.
Now I request Professor Deepak Bhagat ji to felicitate Shri Shetal Sutaria ji. Let us have a round of applause.
Now, I would like to request Professor Deepak Bhagat to felicitate Sri Sudhanshu Sanghi, sir.
Now I request Professor B.K. Mishra ji to felicitate Dr. Shamina Ansari ji, MBA Head, KS School of Business Management.
Thank you, ma'am, for coming over here. It is great honor. We have Sri Suman Nandi ji, who also came from Meghalaya. So we also welcome him at the dais. I request Agarwal sir to facilitate him.
Thank you very much, all the dignitaries. Now I request Shri Sudhanshu Jangir ji for welcome speech.
Thank you. A very warm good morning to all of you. I, Sudhanshu Jangir, at Gujarat University, I welcome you all at the This Gujarat University is a sacred land of Rashtrapurushas such as Dr. Vikram Sarabhai to our Honorable Prime Minister, beloved Sri Narendra Bhai Modi ji. So I welcome you all on the behalf of Gujarat University. It is a great honor for us to host all of you because the founding father of our nation and the founding father of this university, Sri Sardar Patel, always believe in Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat. This is the philosophy at Gujarat University we not only believe but also we practice. So today is a very historical day because East is going to meet West and West is going to meet East. So it never ever happened. Okay. It never ever happened in the history of the Gujarat University. So all the credit goes to our beloved Honorable VC ma'am, Professor Nirja Gupta ji ma'am, who is the chief guest of this event. So let's welcome him with a standing ovation. Under the dynamic leadership of Honorable VC ma'am, Gujarat University is touching heights, either it is Indic knowledge system or entrepreneurship or new area of education. So I welcome you, ma'am. It is a great honor for us. Then I also welcome Professor C.N. Pandey, sir, who has been 1990 batch, 8 batch IFS officer, who is also professor at IIT Gandhinagar. Then I also welcome Sri Sachal Sutaria ji, who is recently elected as again as a EC member. So we welcome you, sir. I welcome Professor B.S. Agarwal, sir. Then I also welcome Professor B.K. Mishra, sir, who is Director General of IIS Meghalaya and who is Head of Department, NEHU. Then I also welcome Dr. Deepak Bhagat, sir. It is a great honor for us to welcome you all. And I also welcome Minu Saraf ma'am, all the faculties of IIS, all the students. So it is a great honor for us to welcome you. Yesterday, it was a very historical day when we organized the culture event where students from Northeast and Gujarat University organized the culture fusion. And we have witnessed culture music such as Bodo, Khasi or Nepali, which ever or never happened in the history of the country. So it was a really great moment for all of us and we really cheered. So let's put a big round for all students from NEHU who came from so far. So without taking much of time, I again welcome you all and I request Honorable VC ma'am to spark us with her round of. So we welcome you, ma'am.
Namaste, a very good morning. First of all, I am really sorry for jumping the agenda and missing the memories here, what you would have been sharing after I leave. As you understand that there are certain things lined up in next 10 days. So certain rehearsals have already started and I thought I'll be free by 11:45. That's why we lined up the things like that. I'm really sorry I have to rush towards that venue. So I have to take the chance early. On the dais are, and first of all in the hall, our director and EC and BOM member, Dr. Minu Saraf ma'am, our EC member, Shweta Sutaria ji, our reverend guest, Professor C.N. Pandey ji, our visiting guest, Professor Mishra, Professor Deepak ji, our host, Professor B.S. Agrawal ji, Sudhanshu ji, Shamima ji, the entire faculties from Gujarat University and from NEHU, and very, very dear students of NEHU and Gujarat University. First of all, very, very welcome, hearty welcome, a very warm welcome. Normally in India, we don't call it warm welcome, we call it hearty welcome. You know why? Again, it is related with sustainability. In the Western countries, you need the warmth. So they say warm welcome, garm joshi se swagat kiya, because thandi itni hoti hai. But in India, we are already have garam khoon. Hamara to already, you know, our climate is already hot. So we say hearty welcome, Hardik Swagat. We don't need Garam Joshi, but आज थोड़ी हवा है इसलिए गर्म जोशी चलती है. So a very warm welcome to Gujarat University. Gujarat University is celebrating its 75th year, and it was established with the efforts of Sardar Patel, Mavlankar ji, Lalbhai Dalpat Bhai. There are so many names who conceptualized, and this is the one university in entire country where the estate is named after the university. Because the university was established in 1949 and the estate was established in 1960. Normally, you might have heard the names of the cities, Delhi University, Lucknow University. Of course, you may say Assam University, but Assam was born only in 70s. So it's much early that Gujarat has taken its name from the university. The second pleasure what I can share with you that I have lived in Northeast thrice in my life. Twice because my father was posted towards Northeast, once in Arunachal and once in Nagaland. And the third time because we were posted in Assam, in Sibsagar and Kokrajhar and Nazira. So I really love to get connected with that path because that has purified my psyche. That has really given me an insight that what is sustainability. When we lived over there was no electricity. The newspapers would come after 5-6 days. Or there are so many memories. I don't want to be nostalgic, but that is the truth that whenever I feel about the Northeast, I immediately become nostalgic. There are some good stories, there are some difficult stories, there are some touching stories, but Northeast for sure has a talking point. And you can start from the beginning, middle, or end, anywhere your story. And that is how I'm really happy to host you in Gujarat, which again is a different story. As you might have seen that we were all presented with this beautiful cap and there is a fur. You know, each geobiography has their own scientific approach. If you go to Gujarat, you will find lots of mirrors and bright colored dresses. So the reason is that there is a lot of desert, and in desert, if someone gets lost, so how do you find out? So the only thing which would shine is mirror, whether it is day or night. Therefore, there were so many mirrors, so you can locate the people moving here and there, and you can find out. When you go towards Northeast, you find these fur. The reason is that there are so much of the jungle life that you should not smell aloof. You should smell as the same as the jungle, the creatures of the forest. So to make you smell the same with the same fur, we adopt these identities. So we become one with the surroundings. And that is the sustainability is. During the COVID, we have seen that people living in the cities, they had to be jailed. They have to restrain ourselves. You know, we had to restrain ourselves within the four walls. But as we moved out towards the villages, you know, we were working from home, you were learning from home. But have you ever heard that a farmer was working from home? Farmer was still going to the field. Farmer was not scared of the pandemic or endemic. They knew how to fight out with the virus, and that's how we have to connect with the sustainability. Our indigenous practices, you know, sometimes, and this practice is there in all the spheres of particularly Bharat. Whenever you see a water body, you throw coins into that. Whether it's a well or it's a lake or it's a river or it's an ocean, whatever form of water body, we throw coin. Now, slightly elder people, you know, they take out the coin, they touch to the head, and then they, with lots of feelings, shraddha, they throw the coin. People of my age, they have to do it, so we just take out the coin and do it. People at your age, you also do it, but first you look left and right, someone is not seeing at us, and then you throw it. So you become apprehensive that we are following the tradition, but you don't know why. That's why you just don't want to be seen doing it. But a young child will take out the coin and would throw it as far as it can. We all have to do it. What is this? Earlier, the coins were made of gold, silver, and copper. And we know that all these metals have a water cleaning object. Somewhere, thousands of years back, in some ashram, in some forest, in some gurukul, our rishis who are the scientists, they might have found out that these metals have water cleaning objects. So if we are using this much of water, it is our ecological duty to perform that and clean that water up. So one coin will clean up some part of the water, and that is the reason any water body, we throw the coin. Don't throw the today's coin. Huh? This is waste of money. If you really want to serve the ecology, then keep the copper pieces in your pocket and then throw the copper pieces, because that will, and you drink water from copper bottles and glasses. Our all practices are so sustainable, and that is the reason we are born scientific. We don't have to learn the scientific formula to remain scientific. When you don't cut the peepal tree, then you know that this is the tree which actually emanates the 24 hours oxygen. And what do we need? We need oxygen. Yesterday only I read about a girl which was net zero girl in the world. The first net zero girl in the world is in India. Because before even she was born, her parents, they planted 6,000 trees. So a person, whatever a person emanates as carbon dioxide will be taken care of by 6,000 trees even before the girl is born. So she is born net zero. We are entangled into these scientific terms. But the more you move out to the villages, you need to know that they don't live scientific formulas. They live scientifically. That's why it's my appeal to my young friends that don't call Andhvishwas superstitious. They are not synonyms. Andhvishwas is a faith which has been tested so many times that blindly you can follow them. You should discard them if only you decode and then find now this is obsolete. For example, I will just end with this last example. All of you must be following one instruction from our homes. We also used to follow that. Don't cut nails at night. How many of you have heard about it? रात को नाखून नहीं काटना है. सबको मिली है ना ये instructions, right? Today you can cut. When it was made, at that time there were no nail cutters, no antiseptic, no light. So in the very dim light of coal or wood or something, with an iron piece, people would start cutting the nails, which would end up cutting the finger, and then there were septics. So it's better not to cut nails at all at night. Today, this particular practice has become obsolete, so there is no witch or bhoot or something which would come. So we have to decode our traditions as we progress in the civilization, but still there is lot many things which we need to follow, and we have to follow just to keep the scientific tradition on of our civilization. Sustainability or these words, these technical words are the new words because the West has woken up newly towards that. Even without the words, we were living a sustainable society. We were creating the societies, as I was just talking to all of you. The way, the houses are built in Northeast, they are so sustainable. But unfortunately, we are following the so-called modern way, and we are using more and more glass, which is not needed here. In Ahmedabad only, I have found in houses they are using more and more woods. Why do we need wood in Ahmedabad? Heat is already there, so much of heat. Why do we need glass in Ahmedabad? There is so much of heat. So in turn, yesterday only I have tweeted about our 100 words email consumes 500 ml water. The chat GPT, it consumes gallons and gallons of water. One attempt on chat GPT. We have to connect all these things together. You can't isolate the technology on one hand and nature on another hand. Until and unless we go back to roots, we won't be able to understand what is it that people are talking about net zero. Merely talk will not help us at all. You are all bright minds. You are very bright in ideas. Your generation is much, much better than ours. I hope you will understand the crux of the thing. You will go back to the roots, and I compliment to your professors who thought about giving you this lifelong experience at this age, and you will go back much richer in thoughts and practices. Once again, welcome here and all the best to your whatever you do in your endeavors in life. And dear students, we are already young India, but young India is not sufficient. We have to make strong India, and that will be with you. So thank you for coming here, and I again excuse myself for leaving you at this juncture, but all the best, and thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your delightful speech.
मैम वी वुड टेक योर 2 minutes. माननीय कुलपति महोदया, कल शाम को ईस्ट मिट्स वेस्ट कल्चरल फ्यूजन में नॉर्थ ईस्ट हिल यूनिवर्सिटी एवं गुजरात विश्वविद्यालय के छात्रों ने एक ही मंच पर अपनी संस्कृति का परिचय देते हुए एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत इस सूक्त को वाकई में औचित्यपूर्ण बनाया है.
Today, it is a very historical day that the biggest and first university of biggest India are going to honor dynamically visionary leaders who has been architect of this historical day. A sustainable state to ours, making India, Viksit Bharat by 2047. The Executive Council, Northeast Hill University, I'm very pleased under the leadership of the visitor, the Honorable President of India has nominated I request Dr. V.K. Mishra to honor Dr. Nirja Gupta.
Let us have a round of applause. This is one of the biggest achievements for Gujarat University. We are fortunate to have with us Honorable Vice Chancellor Madam. Under her dynamic guidance, the institution has reached new height of success and continues to inspire countless students and educators. Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chancellor Madam, for your gracious presence.
Northeastern India is having big potential for organic produce and producing the best pineapple, turmeric, honey of the country. Northeastern region is mainly tribal region which requires effort to connect with the market. Due to Gujarat University and the dynamic leadership of Honorable Dr. Nirja Gupta, Mr. Sudhanshu Jangir has created value for thousands farmers like us.
Thank you, Honorable Dr. Nirja Gupta ji, ma'am. Now, I request Professor C.N. Pandey ji for a speech on sustainable aspect. Sir.
आप सबको बहुत बहुत नमस्कार.
I'm really grateful to Gujarat University for hosting this event. I'm thankful to Dr. Dr. Neerja Gupta, who has just left, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Gujarat University, Dr. B.K. Mishra sir, who has come all the way from Meghalaya and doing a lot of innovative work on sustainability and culture of the Northeast. And this is a very good amalgamation of cultures, ideas, thoughts, and all. I'm grateful to Sudhanshu ji, who is the anchor person so far as the Sustainability Center here is concerned. And I'm grateful to all the dignitaries on the dais to take their time, and they're all with us, and they're sharing their thoughts with us. And I also am thankful to all the people who have gathered here, their faculties from the university, senior people, professors, and the students. The the whole timing of this subject, which is related to agriculture, is very unique. See, we have just celebrated Uttarayan. Uttarayan is a festival of agriculture and farm products all over the country. Okay, this is the festival which is celebrated with different names in different parts of the country, and everywhere it is the festival which celebrates the new crop, the new food grains which have come, and people celebrate this all. I think this is a very good time to have this workshop on agriculture, sustainable agriculture, natural farming, and culture. Now, when we talk about culture, I think the very essence of culture is sustainability, because culture is something which we are doing, which we are following, which we have adopted, and we are living with for centuries, for many, many centuries. And sustainability, in its very simple terms, is nothing but which sustains over time, which is able to sustain over time. Sustainability, we talk about future sustainability, and culture is actually something which has sustained in the past. So this debate is basically how we can we can link the past with the future, and that is all about sustainability today. In simple words, people call it traditional wisdom, traditional knowledge, traditional understanding, and all. When we talk about agriculture, a lot of changes have taken place in our agriculture practices during the last 50, 60 years, in the name of green revolution, in the name of more genetic varieties of crops, in the name of using fertilizers for enhancing productivity, and all these things we have been doing. We have also started mechanizing our agriculture, and earlier our culture was very much dependent on animal energy. Animal energy. We should appreciate that after the after the mechanization of agriculture, instead of using bullock carts, we are now using tractors. We are using pumps for taking groundwater and using it for agriculture. So this is a major change that has come. One is the genetic changes in our crop. Second is the use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and all, so that we can boost up the growth, and we can also remove the pesticides which may damage our crop. Earlier, all these things were done by biodiversity. And when we talk about biodiversity, we actually take our thoughts to our ancient people who were worshippers of biodiversity. Every farm, you go to every farm in Gujarat, if you go to the agriculture areas, you'll find that in every farm there's a small temple of snake. There's a small temple of some Devi. When the farmers start doing farming, they actually worship that let all the biodiversity remain here. And the modern practices have actually started crushing biodiversity. I'm trying to put it in a very simple way, the way I understand everything. So when we are leaving behind the era of biodiversity, we are not gaining anything. Now, first, let us see the state of animals. Earlier we used to have a lot of farming practices and other related practices. For example, even for taking water out of the deep well, we were using bullocks. We were using bullock plows. We were using bullock carts for transportation. Now, what was the beauty of it? When you use tractor,
you use diesel, you use greenhouse gases, and there are many animals, these animals which cannot live without human beings. There are many animals which live with human beings. For example, the cows, the buffaloes, the goats, the sheep, the camels, they may look very mighty strong, but they are designed by nature to live with the human beings. So we are gradually replacing them, which are more environment friendly, more eco friendly, and we are replacing it by non eco friendly systems which make us dependent on petroleum giving countries. Actually, we use so much of diesel in the farm sector today. You will be surprised to know that the farm sector is a major emitter of greenhouse gas today. See, simply because if you want to have if you want to have water, we take it out of the wells. We use pumps, and they use diesel, or even if they use electricity, that electricity is also coming from some fossil fuel. So there's a serious issue about greenhouse gas emission, and secondly, for the farming also we are doing this. The second part of it is the crops that we are using, the agriculture practices that we are having is totally different now. Now we are totally commercial. If nobody was thinking that Punjab will become a rice producing state, today it is producing rice. Rice takes so much of water, so much of water. The Punjab is not a place where you should be growing rice, but then it has an international market. So our agriculture is getting market driven. It is not our cultural traditions driven. Actually, when we are selling rice to a different country, we are actually selling our water, and we are already water scarce. As a nation, we are already water scarce. So all these things, and the fertilizer, when we use fertilizer, we kill a lot of microorganisms. We all know it, it's very well known. Not only that, we are polluting the soil. So what this natural agriculture or nature farming does, it actually tries to preserve all microorganisms, all major organisms. That is one thing which the natural agriculture tries to do. So what happens? See, there is a biological control for everything. If there is a pest which is affecting the agriculture productivity, then there is a biological controller of that pest made by nature only, created by nature only. Okay, we have heard that there are so many food chains operating in the soil. So those food chains are active, and they are able to take care of the pesticide which will be damaging your crop. I will give you an example from Gujarat, very close to Ahmedabad. You see, in Ahmedabad, very close to Ahmedabad in Bhavnagar, there is a national park called Velavadar National Park. Have you heard about this, Velavadar National Park? Velavadar National Park is a huge grassland. Okay, but it is surrounded by agriculture area. It's all surrounded by agriculture area. Velavadar National Park is known for wolves. It is known for black buck, but it is also known for harrier. There is a harrier. Harrier is a bird, which is a predating bird, which is a raptor. And the harrier which comes to Velavadar is called marsh harrier. This this area was the biggest concentration of marsh harrier in the world. But now marsh harriers are not coming here. Why? Because all the surrounding agricultural crops used to have lots of pests, and the harriers used to come to eat those pests so that the agriculture productivity doesn't go down. Okay. Now we are using chemical fertilizer. Because we are using chemical fertilizers, we are using chemical pesticides. So the pests are they're being killed by the chemical poison. So what is happening is this, that the harriers are no more required. They don't get their food here. Now who is at a loss? Harrier is at a loss, or we are at a loss? That is for us to decide. Now another issue that is coming up with our system of farming, with the modern system of farming, which needs to be changed, is the landscape, whole agriculture landscape. You see, it is now studied by agriculture scientists all over who are trying to make agriculture more climate resilient. That that if a farmer is growing only food grains in a small patch, but is not bothered about the whole landscape around his farmland, then this is not likely to be sustainable. In the village, there could be a small pond, so the pond need to be preserved. In the village, there could be some woodland. That woodland needs to be preserved. In the village, there could be some grassland, there could be some, so all kinds of ecosystem should be preserved, and then only you can have a climate smart agriculture. Why? Because what is the climate change? The climate change basically results in extreme conditions of rainfall, extreme conditions of heat, and whenever these things happen, your crops are likely to fail. If you remember that if there are untimely rainfall, then there are newspaper reports that कि આ વર્ષે કેરી fail થઈ જવાનું. Okay, the mangoes will be failing this time. The same thing is happening to agriculture products also. Okay, because of the climate change, the scientists are bothered today, and this is the center of science itself. I don't have to say this in standing in the university. All of you know this, that the crops that we are eating today, they may not be available to us tomorrow, because they are not resilient to the climate change that is happening now. So there is a search of, if you go to Indian Council of Agriculture Research, ICAR, in Pusa in Delhi, you will find most of the scientists are working on the uh, natural food grains, and that is how there is an emphasis on millets. That let us know our millets, our past food, our traditional food, and that is the biggest link to the culture, which is the topic of today's seminar. That culturally we were using more millets. We were actually using more millets. Nowadays, what is happening is that our agriculture productivity is improving. We are getting more food grains, but we are not getting more nutrition. So a time will come when we will have wheat, rice, corn, everything. Okay, in terms of quintals and tons, we will be growing enough, more than enough. We can probably feed the whole world. But then the nutrition value is going down. And that is where is the role of our culture, and the role of culture in agriculture is most important. Is most important because agriculture is a traditional practice. Agriculture is not something, it's not chat GPT, which has come only 6 months back. Agriculture is there, for a long time. So there's a lot of culture already associated with the agriculture. So this is all about biodiversity. This is all about our cultural practices and all. Now coming to the nature farming, this is the last thing I wanted to just share with you. The nature farming or natural agriculture and startup. This is very important for the young people. Most of the startups today are in the IT sector. Most of the young people are actually making apps which may be used for some industry, which may be used for some office, which may be used for some tourist, for some travel and tourism agent or anybody. So people are most of the startups are there. Why we are emphasizing on startups? Because our country is having the largest population in the world today, and it is not possible really for government to provide employment to everybody. So instead of young people seeking for employment, they need to become employment givers. So if you think of some idea and you develop a small setup and you employ 4 or 5 people on that, then you are a company which is actually employing 4 or 5 people. And when you start a startup, then measure your success not only by the money that you are generating, but also by the number of people you are able to employ, because so many families will be dependent on your thinking, your mind. Now, linking it to the natural agriculture is very simple. It's very simple. Why? I know many people and some of the IIT startups are also working on the products of natural farming. There's a startup, and I discussed with them what advantage you see. That why should students try to develop startups in the field of agriculture, natural agriculture? You see, when you do natural farming, then your productivity is definitely lower than the productivity which you will get by using chemical fertilizers and all. But your cost will also go up, because you can use chemical fertilizers only if you irrigate. If you irrigate, you have all the cost of irrigation. You need to pump the water, you need to take the water, and all this thing. So the modern agriculture is basically high cost, high profit system. Whereas the natural agriculture, the cost is slow, but then productivity is definitely lower. So how can startups help in this? The startups are directly taking the products from the farmers. In Gandhinagar and Ahmedabad, there are farmers association now who are doing natural farming. I can leave addresses of them. And young boys and girls are actually have developed apps where their crops are there on the app, and anybody who wants to purchase, for example, naturally grown wheat, naturally grown chana, naturally grown vegetables. In Gandhinagar, I come from Gandhinagar. In fact, every Sunday morning there is a small market which is organized by startups. Okay, and they are by the farmers who are doing natural farming. So they create, the startups are creating a direct link between the farmer and the market, and therefore, and on a electronic platform, on a website, and you can know one day in advance that what kind of product will be available tomorrow Sunday morning, which will be brought by farmers from their agriculture field. So you are, as startups, you are actually linking the farmer to the market in a very, very efficient manner. And therefore, a lot of intermediary costs are getting lost. You don't have to pay so much of money. You don't have to go to Anaj Mandi, for example, and there are all kinds of mandi taxes and all. Now you are free to sell your product if you are a farmer directly anywhere. So the startups working in the agriculture area, particularly those who are doing natural farming, they play a very important role in leveling up the price of the product in the market. And therefore, the because unless a farmer is able to market its product, his farming is waste. He basically is doing it for making money, and the society gets a better product. As I told you, these are scientific evidences that with chemical fertilizers and with unnatural farming, if you may call it, you may grow more, but the nutrition value, we are eating food not for food, we are eating food for nutrition. So the nutrition value definitely goes down. So this kind of two things like natural agriculture on one hand, culture on the other, because when we talk about traditional farming and then we are talking about our culture, we are talking about sustainability, and all these concepts are linked together. That is one thing. And then bringing it directly to the market at low cost of marketing, that actually levels up the price. So that is why the startups, there are number of startups in the agriculture sector by young students. They are doing very good job. Okay, आपको केसर केरी खानी है, so one method is that you go to Kesar Keri is a typical mango, which is grown in Gujarat, which is very tasty. Now Kesar Keri, there's one student startup which deals with Kesar Keri grown organically. Okay, so what he does, he gets all those products somewhere in Ahmedabad. Okay, and then he has developed an app like smallamazon.com, and he's developed an app. He will tell you who is the farmer, where is his farm. You can, if you want, you can go there, talk to farmer, go to find out whether it is organically grown or not, whether he is using chemical fertilizer. So he is able to create trust. And then from the app, you will get what is the price of keri, where it will be available, when it will be available, and all those things can be done. So this is a very, very new thinking. This is a very new type of future. I am very happy that this subject was chosen by the center to really educate the students about it. I wish you all the best. I am very sure that the deliberations of this workshop, which is taking place here, will be very, very much useful. It's a very new subject. Sustainability is the new buzzword, and if you learn sustainability, this is for students. See, in future, most of you, whether you are studying science, whether you are studying history, whether you are studying culture, sociology, most of you are going to get jobs in the green sector. The green sector means sustainability. The green sector means climate change. The green sector means environment management. These are the areas in which maximum jobs are emerging. So please take this seminar seriously. Thank you very, very much for giving me this time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your great insight about sustainability session. Now, I request to address by Dr. V.K. Mishra, Head, Department of RDAP NEHU, DG, IIS Meghalaya, and PI Biomass Facility.
So, due
due to shortage of time, our Honorable VC Madam left us. So, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Nirja Gupta Madam and all the esteemed guests on dais and off the dais, colleagues from Gujarat University and from Northeastern Hill University, participants, students from our university and Gujarat University, a very good morning and warm welcome to all of you once again. This collaborative workshop on sustainable innovation in natural farming and agribusiness, bridging culture and practices, jointly organized by Indian Institute of Sustainability Meghalaya and Indian Institute of Sustainability Gujarat University and Bionest Facility Northeastern Hill University Meghalaya. Today holds special significance as we celebrate National Startup Day also, a tribute to the entrepreneurial spirit that fuels innovation, growth, and self-reliance in our nation. This workshop, aligned with the ethos of National Startup Day, highlights the critical role of sustainable innovations and entrepreneurship in transforming agriculture and rural economics in our country. It is a privilege to host such an esteemed gathering of academicians, entrepreneurs, students, and other stakeholders in the for the common goal of advancing sustainable agriculture and practices and agri innovations in the country. The Northeastern Hill University, this is called NEHU, located in the heart of Meghalaya, was established with the vision of fostering academic excellence in the northeastern region of our country. NEHU stands as a beacon of knowledge, focusing on the interplay of culture, environment, and innovation, etc., through flagship initiatives like the Bionest facility and other centers, incubation centers in our university. The Indian Institute of Sustainability Meghalaya, NEHU, has made significant strides in promoting sustainable development. Our efforts particularly focus on natural farming, rural development, agribusiness innovations, making NEHU a key contributor to the regional and national progress in these areas. Our collaboration with the Gujarat University, formalized through an Memorandum of Understanding in 2022, represents the spirit of Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. This partnership highlights the power of uniting the culture richness and innovative strength of the east and west part of our country to create solutions that are both locally relevant and globally impactful. The joint efforts between NEHU, the Indian Institute of Sustainability Meghalaya and Gujarat, and the Bionest facility amplifies how regional strength can complement about this objective. This workshop is a unique platform to celebrate both National Startup Day and the vibrant culture and agricultural synergies between Meghalaya and Gujarat. It focuses on showcasing the sustainable practices from the Northeast, including organic farming, community-led models, etc. It also highlighting the natural farming innovations, emphasizing environment, sustainability, and minimal input techniques to achieve the goals. It also promotes the rural development and women empowerment, recognizing the crucial role of women in entrepreneurship and local richness of the state of both the states. By connecting traditional knowledge with entrepreneurial innovations, this workshop aligns with the national vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat and underscores the importance of collaborative efforts for sustainable development of throughout the country. As we mark the National Startup Day, it is imperative to acknowledge the transformative role startup play in reshaping India's agricultural and rural landscapes. Startups are leveraging technology, fostering innovations, and empowering communities to drive self-reliance and sustainability. This workshop reflects that entrepreneurial spirit, serving as a platform for new ideas, meaningful partnership, and actionable strategies to emerge and flourish. It also encourages all the participants to immerse themselves in this exchange of knowledge and celebrate the shared heritage and entrepreneurial potential of our regions. Let today be a testament to the strength of culture and innovation integration in shaping a sustainable, prosperous future for both of the states as well as for our country. I am extremely announced that our Indian Institute of Sustainability, Meghalaya, Northeastern Hill University has conferred two honorary professorship certificates to the Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Nirja A. Gupta and Mr. Sudhanshu Jangir, Director, Indian Institute of Sustainability, Gujarat University. So thank you for your participation. I wish you all a productive and imperative day ahead. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Professor B.K. Mishra ji. Now I request all the NEHU students to come forward with their certificates to have a good picture with esteemed dignitaries. All the NEHU students with their certificates. Let us have a round of applause for all the NEHU students. Now I request the members of organizing committee who have worked tirelessly to make this event possible. I request Dr. R.C. Upadhyay sir to get the certificate. Dr. R.C. Upadhyay ji. I request Dr. Sweta Singh. I request Dr. Sweta Singh. I request Dr. Savan Padalia. Dr. Aditya Rathod. Smeet Patel. Rehman Ali. Moinuddin Qureshi, Sreshi Iyer from KS School of Business Management, Pooja Sharma, Twinkle Rajani, from the Administration Department of IAS, Janki Patel, Kiran Chauhan, I also request research scholar Ajmat Fatima, Sweta Kumari, Now I also request supporting staff of our college, Girish Bhai and Parth Bhai to get the certificates. This is our team. And lastly, Ankit Prajapati, I'm already on the stage. We have provided certificates to our dear volunteers as well. Let us have a round of applause for all of them and let us have a group picture. All the volunteers. The volunteers who managed academic venues, accommodation venue, food facilities, transportation facilities, certificate distribution, and so many things. Thank you. I'm also grateful to the participants and performers who performed in cultural evening. Let us have a round of applause for all of them. I'm grateful to Saharadaya audience of the day. Thank you very much. Now at the end, I would like to invite Professor Deepak Bhagatji for vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. Members and guests on the dais and of the dais, my dear students, members from the press and media, the administrative staff, a very hearty good morning to everyone. It's my privilege to propose the formal vote of thanks on this auspicious inaugural session of workshop on sustainable innovations in natural farming and agribusiness, bridging cultures and practices. First of all and foremost, I would like to express my sincere thanks to our chief guest, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Gujarat University, Dr. Nirja A. Gupta, for her inspiring address and gracing this occasion with her esteemed presence. Her word of wisdom and encouragement have set the perfect tone for this workshop. I would also like to acknowledge the presence and a wonderful talk of Dr. C.N. Pandey sir, Dr. B.K. Mishra sir, and all the learned members on the dais for their wonderful presence and guidance. I would also like to acknowledge the relentless efforts of our organizing committee, volunteers, support staff who have tirelessly worked to ensure the smooth execution of this event. My heartfelt gratitude also to those participants and the delegates from NEHU and all the attendees for taking time out of your busy schedule to join in this event. Your enthusiasm and commitment to knowledge sharing are what making this workshop meaningful. Towards the end, if I have missed anyone, it's not intentional, but I would like to thank each and everyone, including students, volunteers, media, people from press and media, and entire Gujarat University for providing us such a wonderful hospitality. We realize why we earlier we used to see one ad in the TV that कुछ दिन तो गुजारो गुजरात में. We really कुछ दिन हम लोग गुजारे, इस 2 दिन में ही हम लोग को समझ में आ गया कि क्यों इस तरह का ad बना था. So thank you Gujarat for hosting us and providing the wonderful hospitality. Especially, I would like to thank the Honorable Vice Chancellor Ma'am and Dr. Sudhanshu Sir for taking a lot of pain and chalking out our entire schedule and organizing this wonderful event. Thank you, sir, and thank you, Gujarat University. From our side, thank you, Mithila, Kublai Sibung, Jai Hind.
Thank you, esteemed dignitaries on dais, NEHU delegation, IIS students, volunteers, participants, and organizing team. Now I request all of you to stand for the national anthem. Start. Jana Gana Mana Punjab, Sindh, Gujarat, Uttara Banga, Vindhya, Himachal, Yamuna, Ganga, Uchala Jaladhi Taranga. तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तब जय गाथा. जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता. जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे. Jai. Thank you very much. Now we are all heading towards the volunteers